Good afternoon, YouTube. So, I know I do a lot of boot videos, a lot of chainsaw videos, and I kind of started out doing a mechanics video on my 1995 Toyota 4Runner. I did the, what is it, the valve covers. I've done a lot of other things to that, but no video, just the valve covers. Those really kind of put me in the idea of why I should do videos. So, today we have this 2000 Toyota Sienna. It says the 3-point slow engine in it. Not the same exact engine as the 95 4Runners, but more or less the same. So what we've been noticing is that we fill it all the way to the top till it clicks, and then it leaks a ton of fuel. But when we're at 3/4, it doesn't leak fuel, and it's coming right from the gas tank. So everywhere that I looked, I could not find a video on how to drop the tank. It's pretty simple now that I looked at it. So let's go underneath and take a look. Just kind of so you can get yourself oriented, you want to lift it up with some jacks, block the front tires, and climb underneath. So this is looking from the back straight up, and the passenger side, rear of the tank, you have a gas drain plug. Very much looks like an oil drain plug with a seal on it. It's probably never been opened up. It opened up easy with what is that? 18 millimeter. 18 millimeter pulled it off. I was first draining it into the bucket, and I told myself, why am I wasting all that gas? So I got that, and it's collecting up the residue. So how do we take this off? Well, it's pretty simple. There are straps on each tank, and generally this is the same for all tanks. So the straps will connect right up there. There's another one right up there. And then you kind of have to think, what do I have to worry about pulling off when I pull the tank off? Well, we have some sensors and probably some controllers that control your fuel pump and other things. So you want to disconnect those. This one might go up a little bit further to disconnect. You want to disconnect this. Sorry, my phone is not focusing. There we go. Disconnect that. Just simple disconnects. And then you'll want to follow your fill up where your tank fills up. And there's a very simple clamp that you'll want to take that off. And then, oh, sorry. It's like the overflow clamp, that one. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, plus maybe one up there, and 6 and 7. So at least 7 disconnects to drop it down. Now, once this drops down, it's going to want to drop down. With all the fuel out of it, you shouldn't have a hard time with dropping it down. Look at that mess it's making. I should plug that back up. So stay tuned. I'll come right back to you when I have this thing dropped out. I was able to drop the tank fairly easy. Pulled off the brackets that were up top. Found out that it's easier to remove the hose from here. Should have done this one. And if we turn upside down here, the reason why I chose that one, this one was tough. Just pushing it that way was a little bit harder. This came off a lot easier right there, and that came off right here. I probably should have pulled it off right here. So I did not have to remove these snaps because this just lowered down, and this piece right here, sorry for the upside down. I know it gets dizzy. This piece right here just had to be popped out from here. It has enough room to drop down. So my next dilemma is, where is the leak coming from? Anybody want to take a guess? I'm looking at a couple places. I'm looking right here. My camera does not want to focus. I'm looking right here maybe, and dripping. But I'm also looking up there. So I was thinking that maybe one of these seals were leaking here. These are just different, I guess, evap sensors. You have your your pickup tube down in there, fuel pump, the same. But my deductive reasoning is telling me there's probably not much going on there because of all the dust. If we know how gas works right there, if it spills out, it collects dust, and then right up there. So is there a crack in the tank, or is one of those leaking and I just can't tell? Stay tuned. Okay, here's my little guess I can claim to be a redneck. Some soapy water. So a Harbor Freight air pressure wand fits right in there with the rubber nipple, just perfect. A sandwich bag with some electrical tape, and pressurize it. And as you pressurize it, you squirt water. You see it right there? Oh man, hard to miss. There it is. I don't know if a rock got in there, but there is the leak. Next up, how to patch a leak. So here's a little closer up view. I first took my screwdriver and scuffed off all this rubber. It's like a rubber, I guess, protective coating. And then I got to this kind of like a Brillo pad. It's by 3M, I think. Here it is. It doesn't matter, from metal. Maybe this is Harbor Freight also. I don't know. Let's see, what do we got? Harbor Freight. Nope, 3M. 3M Brillo pad, scuffing pad, whatever you want to call it. Scuffed it up really good. And that is a weird. Wonder how that happened. Because the tank itself doesn't appear. It seems like that would be it getting forced up into something, or maybe rocks and everything just in there, just pushing down rocks and sand. Who knows? But next up, some JB Weld. First, I'm going to clean it with some acetone to make sure it's nice and clean. So I like to use this JB Quick. It's a fast setting. They claim within 4 minutes it'll set up. So you just mix it like any other quick weld, JB Weld, whatever you want to call it. And it's nice because once you get it mixed up, you can kind of find the consistency that you like. And I like it to be almost a putty. Yeah, you can buy the putty stuff. This is what I had on hand, and it works really well. So I'll mix it up like the instructions say, and then when it goes on, it's not going to drip everywhere. You can kind of putty it on there, let it sit a little bit, and then I kind of pushed it in a little bit. Made sure that it got everywhere. Yeah, I kind of bled over there on the rubber, but everywhere where I cleaned it up with acetone, and everywhere that I scuffed it up, and that cut is like right in the middle there, is going to be sealed. So that's going to be a good, strong, airtight, gas-tight seal. JB Weld. Been around forever. I think pre-World War II. Check out the history on it. It's just an amazing thing. It's one of those things that's like, this stuff is awesome. JB Weld, bless your heart. So many competitors out there, but JB Weld does it best. So let this sit for a few more minutes. I'll kind of test fit it up in there to see if it actually is hitting anything. And maybe I'll have to put some inner tube or something on there just so that it has some cushion. So here's a quick review. This is kind of where I'm at. I'm underneath. There's the spare tire. My head is facing north, if that makes sense. So, quick review of how to drop, I guess, the tank. I hope this is working and not switching around on me, but there's the gas tank. Had a leak. We fixed the leak. Before we did that, on the passenger side rear, it's just like an oil plug, but that's for the gas tank. So definitely drain out your tank first, because you don't want to dump, what is it, 16 gallons I think in here, give or take, in a couple pails. So you don't want to waste as much, as little fuel as you can. As you saw, I could put it back with a funnel, but I think I got about 4 gallons out. So after you do that, Then you come and you disconnect. Easiest is this one right here, closest to that tank. And then there's, where is it at? This one here. I actually replaced it. It was kind of old. You could do it there or closest to the tank. Whatever works. There's two spots to take it off. There's one here. And there's one here. One there, and then one there. You only need to take off one to drop the tank. You could take off both to replace them. I'm not sure how old that is. It's probably, well, as old as the vehicle, 2000. So you do that. Disconnect this, drop it down, and there's another little clip up in there, and you have full access to the tank. You can replace your pickup. You can replace just a bunch of things up there.